Okay, my name's Krista Porter, and today my topic is bias and stereotypes of professional male dancers. The bias and stereotypes of male professional dancers actually come from the stereotypes that are put on men as males in our society. And these are untrue and should not be stereotypes. The first stereotype put on male dancers is that they are homosexual. This is because dance is a female-dominated area, and so people perceive dancing as more feminine, which leads them to believe that male dancers are homosexual. And this brings me to my next point, that it is mostly female-dominated, which makes it a more female sport, per se, and that's why they perceive males as homosexual. And this is caused by the general idea that when people think of professional dancers in their head, an image of a girl shows up instead of a boy. And this is the stereotype put on dance as a category, and it's more of like a gender stereotype put on it, and it is related to the form and activity, but it is a gender stereotype. The third bias or stereotype that is put on male dancers is that they are less of a man because they are a dancer. And this kind of correlates back to everyone thinking that they're homosexuals, but it also correlates to it being a female-dominated area. And this stereotype is actually challenged because it is the sport of dance and males being dancers challenges the regular gender norms that males are put into, and that's why people perceive them as less of a man. An example of that would be them being dancers instead of being in a regular male sport like everyone's used to, or getting highlights even though people perceive that as a feminine activity. Okay, male dancers are actually breaking these biases every day. And the first bias they're breaking is that a lot of them actually are not gay. And a study done by Doug Risner of male dancers aged 16 to 22 showed that only 45% of male dancers that were interviewed were identified as gay or identified themselves as gay, and 39% of them actually identified themselves as straight, and the rest either identified themselves as bisexual or they were not comfortable answering. Another stereotype put on males is that they have to be strong, and a lot of people think because dance is more feminine that male dancers are not strong, but that's actually false, because male dancers have to be extremely strong to hold up their feminine counterparts in a dance, and dance recitals can last a very long time, so they have to have their stamina really high in order to perform for an hour or two or however long their performance lasts. Male dancers are breaking social norms set for them set for males by society that have been around forever, and by doing this, they are actually showing different ways of being a man, that there's not just one way of being a man, but there are many ways of being one. And in conclusion, men in the art form of dance challenge stereotypes of men and actually push those stereotypes to become bigger and show that people can be different, and there isn't just one way of being a gender, but it's actually a more broad spectrum. And this is my works cited.